What's up, guys? This is Sammy Geek back here with a quick video. This is on my 2024 Kia EV9, and we're finally going to do a little bit of a snow drive for you guys here. On my way out here, I was experimenting. As you guys know, there are some drive modes here. We have, I was in normal, but we have Sport, My Drive, Snow, Eco, and Normal. So the normal mode, I've found something important here to note, and it's all good. I just want to share it with you. It's really snowing. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but some of the side streets here that I did take on my way here were pretty snowy. So just to set the stage, underneath this snow that you guys see is some really slick slush, and it's coming down pretty good right now. So we're going to be able to demonstrate this a little bit, possibly. But what my experience was is I'll try to verbalize this. So I found, and I'm realizing now, that the Kia EV9 is rear-wheel drive bias. Okay, probably not a surprise to some people, but it very well might be to others. When it's in normal mode and you're driving through the snow, you can actually feel well, you're not normally going to drive like I am, but if you're hitting the gas a little bit harder, you will see the accelerator, excuse me. You will notice that the rear end wants to kick out a little bit. And I can feel what happens is it feels like the vehicle starts to move with the rear motors, and then the front kind of fades in. That's the way that I kind of can best describe normal mode, right? So what's interesting is the throttle lay-in, per se, is nice and easy. Like the throttle input, it's not jerky. It's nice and easy as you give it throttle in normal mode. And in sport mode, it's more peppy. So the first first half inch of that throttle is going to be much more peppy. Interestingly enough, what I think is happening when I go into the snow mode is that because it is going to be a 50% of the motors, or I should say 100% of the motor is kicking in the front and 100% in the back. So it's going to give you a 50-50 traction distribution. I can feel it is much more torquey. So you lose that normal mode feel of just kind of like slow tip in, per se, where it feels more peppy because instantly you have traction in the front and the rear, and it feels like it's 50-50 bias. If that makes sense. If you guys have any questions on that, let me know. But essentially, I don't know which mode is safer, per se. I feel like if you can maintain your throttle control, I feel like the snow mode is probably going to be the safer of the two when you're in snow, but it's totally not necessary from my experience. So we're going to start out in normal mode here, and what I'm going to try to demonstrate is we are going to, I'm going to give it a little bit more throttle than I normally would. I'm going to make sure we're clear here left and right, and then kind of let's cut out here. So if I kind of gas it here a little bit, I can kick out the rear a little bit, see, but then traction control kicked in. So I was able to kind of screw around a little bit here. Let's see, I've got level 1 regen on right now. We're all clear. We do have a car coming, so I'm just gonna settle down for a second here. But again, okay, so I'm just gonna kind of stop here and just kind of goose it, and let's try this again, just around this corner here. So as I kind of punched it there, what I'm doing is I'm giving the throttle about half throttle, and I'm letting off. When I do that, when I give it like half throttle, see, I'm coasting, I give it half throttle, and I can feel that back end trying to pull out on me. See, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but hang on, let's clear this window. So I'm just gonna goose it and let off, and goose it and let off. So now I'm just cruising, and I'm gonna hit it, and yes, I can feel the rear end kind of pull. It wants to pull out a little bit, which if you like driving, you're gonna love because it's really like a rear-wheel drive bias, which is super sweet. But let's just go around this roundabout here nice and slow so I don't rash any wheels. And what happens is, okay, I'm just gonna stop right here. Nobody's around. And I'm gonna put it to the floor. Okay, that's to the floor, literally. Traction control is completely keeping me going in the right direction. So I'm gonna hit pause. We're gonna get through this light and we'll keep going. All right, so we are back to driving here. And so it's totally capable. I'm going around a nice turn here. If you're just driving this cautiously and carefully, it feels like the normal drive mode is just fine. So let's see what happens here. I got a little bit of regen on. I got level 1 regen, so nothing too crazy. I'm actually going to just try and turn the regen up a little bit here. I want to make sure that I am away from any obstacle when I try this. So I'm going to now give it some throttle, and I'm just going to let off in full I-pedal regen and see what happens here. So nothing that I wouldn't normally expect. All right. So now what I'm going to try is I'm going to put it in the snow mode. All right. And we're going to try the same thing. I'm just going to stop. There's literally no cars around at all. I'm just going to punch it. And again, this is to the floor, and it is creeping along. There's no noises, no drama. It is really trying to keep the car under control. We're going to take a left-hand turn here, and wow, like it is completely different. And you can feel so much more torque on the front and back, and it just wants to rip through the snow. You got the really nice 50-50. All the wheels are just pulling. Let's try this again. Like, it is so interesting. The first half inch of throttle, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to normal again. I'm going to hit the first half inch. It just rolls on really smooth, right, in the normal mode. And I switch it back here to snow. And then in that first, it just grabs and goes. Like in that first, it is so crazy. The difference in feel. It is like dramatic. I'm telling you guys, if you get this car or you test drive this thing in snow and you're trying the snow mode, you're going to be like, okay, this guy knew what he was talking about. Like, let's try this again. All right. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy that I love it. Sorry to get too excited about that, but I mean, it just pulls. Like, now let's see what happens when we go around a turn, because I cannot, this thing is crazy. This is fun, you guys, like no lie. Obviously it'd be better in a big, huge open parking lot to go goof around a little bit, but let's just try gently going around this turn. So it's pulling. So what's happening is you're getting that 50-50, so it's really like pulling the front end out around the turn at the same time. I'm just going to go around the block one more time here for just for scientific sake, right? So that's what is happening. It's really pulling 50-50, so it keeps the car going straight. What we're going to try is we're going to go back to normal. I'm going to go back to drive mode normal. And we're going to try the same thing around the same sort of perfect right-hand turn here. So let's just give it gas. And I mean, it just, see, I could feel the tail end kick out a little bit on that. That was me goofing around. Gosh, these guys apparently don't know how to drive right up here. But all right, so we're going to try this again. We're going to go right turn. This is in normal mode, and I'm just going to drive normal. I can kick the tail end out just a little bit. I mean, if you know how to drive, you're probably going to like normal mode. But if you're just wanting to creep around turns without any drama, probably keep it in snow mode. So let's go here. So again, I'm getting like that rear wheel drive bias, and then I'm going to drive for one last little shot here. I'm in snow mode again, and it literally turns into a different vehicle in the snow. It's crazy. I could imagine going through like I just touched the throttle, and it's like I'm adding snow tires to the car. It's crazy. Man, I can't remember a vehicle in recent times that like snow mode has made such a difference. It's they really got this thing dialed in, guys. So if you have any questions, let me know. This thing's a riot in the snow. Just drive safe if there's other people around. I'm obviously out a little bit later here goofing around, and there's nobody on the road, so wanted you guys to see what this thing's like. I would say in the end, if you're going to go in snow mode, you just have to go very gentle on the throttle and just let the car do the work for you, because it will be pulling you around 50-50 torque from front to rear. Very controllable, but just drive nice and easy, and you'll probably have a great day. The normal mode, I would say, like if you feel normal mode, more or less, like if you want to goof around a little bit in an open parking lot, I think it'll let you kind of kick the tail end out a little bit. So that is it, guys. I will talk to you soon. Have a good day, guys.